Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another round of the Overwatch Odyssey League. This is the second matchup in the preseason week 1. We have got the PA Blinks versus Guzzlerz joining me here to commentate tonight. We have got the one and only Jakey Wakey 19. Jakey, give us a shout out here.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's nice to be here. I think we got a really good matchup going on tonight, and I'm excited to see what happens.
That's some great insight tonight. We are going to go ahead and get started with Escort on Dorado. We are very excited to see PA Blinks and Guzzlerz. Let's see what they've got.
I'm definitely excited to see the different strategies between the defense and the attacking. Especially ready have different comps, different styles. I'm excited to see what comes out of these teams.
For sure, for sure. Looks like on the PA Blinks, we've got NW plays with Kiriko, Dustswag on Bastion, AZ on Hanzo, Alpha Storm Mercy, and Yvonne on Diva. Looks like Guzzlerz is still deciding here, but we've got a Kiriko, a Symmetra, a Soldier. It looks like they've got 5 seconds to figure out what they want. They are also going to run a Mercy and also a Diva. Let's see what happens here.
Stop the payload.
So far, so good. The spacing looks pretty good. There's a Symmetra push here up on the Hanzo. They're quickly pushed back, but looks like the team is going to follow up there. Looks good. So far, no picks. The team is playing pretty conservatively, which is good. They are starting to push. And as I said, that Dustswag does go down to Connor as Soldier. We have Hanzo down for the PA Blinks, but he is able to take Connor with him. A Rez, Bordad is able to pick up Connor. Looks like they are going to keep pushing the payload. And they're pushing.
It definitely looks like the Guzzlerz
obviously the most precious.
have a pretty good strategy. I love how they stay together, especially with that Sin teleport. I mean, other than that, PA Blinks isn't playing bad. I don't think they're playing bad.
I don't think so either. They were able to get that initial push, but that's okay. That's okay.
I think after just getting that initial pick on Dustswag, I feel like it just kind of crumbled a little bit. I feel like they just got a little bit of pressure on it. So I feel like they can definitely.
They are able to get Yvonne out of mech and killed. Looks like we're coming over here. They are going to push up with the teleporter to support here. They are able to get NW down here as Ana.
I am loving how these tanks are clashing together. That really v Diva is a really good matchup. I just feel like the PA Blinks just don't have that same support. That Diva for the Guzzlerz healed by Mercy like crazy.
For sure. Looks like Connor's Soldier is going to go ahead and pop his visor. He's able to get Mercy. Let's see what else he can do. He's getting damage boosted here. A solid 3K from Connor. 4K able to take down Yvonne. Looks like he's still pushing here.
What's up? I'm obviously the most precious.
Looks like there's a little battle here between Mark and Dustswag. Mark is able to take Dustswag down, and that is effectively a team kill. They're able to keep pushing here.
I am going to bring back that word that we heard from Jacob Kobe last time. I really like this.
Shooting in the Diva Bomb. Able to get NW plays down, but no other elims here. They are going to keep pushing. Looks like we see AZ plays flanking here with the Genji. Let's see what he does. Yvonne goes down as Orisa. They de-mech Mark from Guzzlerz, the Diva. He is out of mech, pushing back a little bit. And we do see the Genji blade. And he quickly goes down to Connor.
They did get the pick on Dustswag, but he does have ult coming back into this fight if he can make it. That AZ plays switching over to the Cassidy.
That last minute switch might help them here in this final push, but they are just pushing payload in. Looks like no one's quite ready to engage. Dustwag is taking some serious hits. They got a touch here. Symmetra's wall comes in. We very well could. Looks like he did in fact. Looks like Connor is visoring again, able to get some down, and they are able to push them back and secure the payload. They have got all three there.
Did you see that good round from both teams?
0.
Love to see that sportsmanship.
Of course, of
Switching
course.
sides. Ready for battle.
I don't know, Andrew. Looking at that first round, I feel like Guzzlerz definitely has some really good team chemistry. I feel like PA Blinks could bring this back. I definitely see some potential on their side.
Definitely. Definitely.
Switching up to the Zarya. Question is, will Guzzlerz? Oh, they will not. They will not stick with Diva against Sigma.
That's a solid choice for defense here. Sigma has proved time and time again to be an effective hero.
It has, and I've heard from a lot of people that Sigma
obviously the most
probably has
precious.
the most like
I'm
counters.
obviously the
tank-wise.
most precious. I'm obviously the
Especially with these
most.
new
Hey
LBs
there.
coming out with
I'm
Overwatch 2, I
obviously
feel
the
like he's probably the most versatile tank.
the most precious.
Absolutely.
I'm
You know what I love
obviously
to
the
see?
most precious. I'm obviously the most
Spamming
precious.
voice lines. To me, that's a vote of confidence from Brody Blanco playing Kiriko here.
Oh, always, always.
2.
Maybe even a little bit of intimidation, don't you think?
Incoming.
It very well possibly could be.
Stop the payload.
Looks like Guzzlerz is just standing on the high ground up here. I'm gonna let them turn this corner, but
Yep.
I feel like we're gonna have a little bit of a struggle getting up to that high ground.
I like the tor pick here on defense too. They almost have the turret down, but not quite. Inbred is going to be able to get his turret back up to health, but they did destroy it. Looks like Zarya is going to be pushing point almost alone here. Yep, they are coming in. Let's see if they pay any mind to the Kiriko that's just hitting them from the back. They do look up and see the Kiri, so they are going to go ahead and try and shut that down. Still peeking though. She hasn't left that. Oh, now she TP's out. Of course, when I go to say something, right?
It's always when you least expect it.
Honestly.
And honestly, that's a good strategy. You
Looks
never
like
know
we've got
when
some
to
fighting over here.
I do like that Kiriko did stay behind though, because she knew she had that teleport.
Certainly, certainly. Yvonne goes down. Let's see what PA Blinks does without their tank. They're going to have to hang back a little bit, but they are able to get the res off, so that will speed up the push here a little bit. Immediately.
I feel like if Percy doesn't get that res off, I think PA Blinks just kind of plays a little conservative. Probably just trying to go all charge.
We got a soldier going up top. Dustwag goes down as soldier trying to push the payload a little bit. They are protecting that payload really well.
They are. And typically you don't see a lot of teams staying spread out like this, but it seems to be working. I feel like with the team count that they have, I feel like it's going to work fairly well.
Certainly. They are able to put some pressure here on AZ Plays, pushing him back a little bit, making him get some heals. I do like to see Connor getting damage boosted here by Bordada's Mercy. That's going to be a good spot here on the high ground for him.
And I'll be honest, you really don't see that a lot. It's Mercy damage boosting mostly the DPS. Typically when you see a Mercy damage boosting, it's probably the tank.
They brought one back.
Let's see what he's looking at. I like that. He's just patiently waiting for them to come out here, able to get some solid damage there.
And it's all about that.
Mark is able to get AZ Plays down as McCree. NW plays as Kiriko goes down.
The Blanks are knowing that the PA Blanks are just constant.
Connor is able to go off. He does pull him up. Sigma does ult, but only able to get an already dead Zarya. Dustwag is going down to Connor. Looks like they are getting pushed back here. They are back in spawn getting some heals.
We might
So
see some hero changes here, Andrew.
we might have to, absolutely. They do have ult. Dustwag has Visor, and AZ Plays does have his High Noon. However, there are 3 ults ready and available on the Guzzlerz side.
And we do see that switch. Yukon coming off of the Zarya and going to Mantra.
It's not a bad pick against the Sigma. Let's see what he can do, though, against that rock coming in.
Connor gets the pick.
I like to see this right here. He's just staying up here. I don't know that people are really paying a whole lot of attention to him, but if you sleep on him up here, it could prove to be... Able to get one, at least, with the ult here, but immediately res, so proves somewhat ineffective here.
And I mean, you also got to see that coming, too. With that Mercy staying up there the whole time, you got to know she's right there.
Certainly, certainly.
10 seconds remaining.
They're going to have to make a final push here to try and get some extra time by getting to the first point with the payload. You got to step on point. You only got 1 second. He is able to get there, but goes down quickly. Overtime goes off. He is going to go ahead and pop Vizo. Let's see what he can do. Does get the rest with McCree, but proving ineffective. They are going down. It is just Cassidy and Kiriko on the point here. Let's see if they can keep touching so their team can come back. Kiriko did go down. McCree gets rocked off of the payload, and they are able to. Yep, they are able to finalize that defense there.
I'll be honest, that was a very, very good starting game.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
say that either team played better.
Yeah, they got to see the strengths and some weaknesses on the other team. I would say obviously Guzzlerz did perform really well. I'd say PA Blinks had that good initial push, and then after that it was all right. We are going to go ahead and take a 5-minute intermission, let the players take a break here, and then we will come back. Alrighty, everyone. For those of you watching here at home, I spoke with the team captains here. We are going to call that first game a mulligan, as apparently there was a setting messed up with the tank health. So I apologize both to both teams and to you guys. So we are going to see Escort again, but we did change the map to Route 66. So let's see what changes, assuming all settings are right. That is a user error, or as some say, an ID10T error, aka idiot. So let's go ahead and kick this off. We are going to retry this, and good luck to both teams here.
I feel like both teams are also slightly excited about that. I feel like they've gotten the warm-up match in. They've got kind of their team comps figured out. So I feel like they're going to come out a little bit stronger, especially the PA Blinks. I know they had kind of a rough start in that first match.
Certainly, yeah. Yeah. Let's see if having that extra health on tank is going to solve the problem. I believe it should. They can play a little bit more aggressive here. So I'd like to see what that does as far as changing the aspect of the game, changing the dynamic of the game.
Of course. And it might not change a single thing, but then again, like I said, I feel like PA Blinks could come out a little bit stronger now that they've got that warm-up game in. They kind of know what characters they're going to feel a little bit more comfortable with.
Certainly, yeah. Yep. Looks like Yvonne is going to play Sigma. We've got NW on Ana, AZ on May, Alpha on Mercy, and Dustwag on Bastion again. Looks like they are still picking, but Guzzlerz has a Sigma, Kiri, Ashe, Moira, and Soldier. Let's see what they're able to do here. Looks like I like the Sigma 1v1. Let's see how that changes the dynamic of the game here. But still, Yvonne goes down pretty quick here. They are able to get the res, though, so that will be huge in terms of defense, but Dustwag does come down.
Did get another pick on NW plays with Ana.
AZ goes down as May. Connor is still popping off here.
I don't know, Andrew. I think Connor's Soldier is pretty solid.
And did you see that 2K Inbred took down both Yvonne and Alpha, at least getting the final blow? I know can't take any credit away from Mark for doing a lot of damage there, but they are going to force him back here a little bit. Dustwag is switching to Hanzo. He is low and goes down to Inbred. Saying inbred sounds a little bit weird, although I don't want to offend the player. I might just start saying bread.
That would probably be a good idea.
All right, we're going to go ahead and keep moving forward here with the camera. We're going to take a look and see what PA Blinks is going to do here on defense.
Looks like Guzzlerz is pushing up a little bit farther on the point. We got Moira back there kind of just staying behind, pushing it forward.
Yeah, you see how spread out they are, but all good. Board Dad is just being the payload princess here, but doing an effective job at that.
And like I was saying in that first match, I know that we don't see a lot of teams doing this spread out play, but I feel like depending on your game sense, it definitely works out quite a bit.
Certainly. AZ is able to get Connor and does go ahead and take advantage of the... Oh, but they are able to get the res. That is huge. It is just AZ there fighting for his life here. He did already heal, so he is done for. Looks like they're going to go ahead and push here.
Looking at ult charges here, we do have Bread and Connor with ult coming into this next team fight after this point.
Certainly. I'd really like to see Bread use an effective Bob here. That can be a game changer, definitely.
Of course. Especially if they can get it during that spread out play as well.
Yeah. Looks like Mark is going to go ahead and push and see what he can do here. He does get the rock off to stop their rock. He's pushing pretty good, getting decent heals here from Mercy. Pushing pretty far. He is not able, however, to get Dustwag down. He does have ult. Let's see if he's going to go ahead and use it here. He is holding on to it, waiting for a better opportunity.
I don't know, Andrew. I might go off record and say that Brody Blanco on the Mercy right here is the MVP. We see a lot of the Guzzlerz coming down in low health, and Mercy just flies right in there and heals them straight back up.
Yeah. They do go ahead and pop ult. They are able to get Mark in there, but no one else. Sorry about that, everyone. I had another technical error.
Another ID.10T moment.
There is that effective Bob I was telling you about. Hold him in spawn. They are able to sleep Bob, but
We do have
sleep
AZ
doesn't last
plays.
forever.
AZ Plays is coming around with the Sombra.
I do like to see that. Dustswag does go down on point, and they are able to take the payload all the way.
Score 0.
What are your takeaways here for that first round there, Jake?
I mean, I definitely think Guzzlerz have a really good strategy here. They're playing spread out, and it's not typical for most teams, but it's definitely working right here, trying to distract the PA Blinks from all the different angles. And they're playing really well, especially with the Sigma Shield going up, Mercy with all the heals, the res. It's overall just a really great match.
I would certainly agree with that, yep. I am excited to see what PA can do here on offense now that the settings are fixed and now that they can play a little more aggressive. I do like to see the Widow play. Let's see if they can take advantage and get some picks here.
That, and like I said at the beginning, it's always a different game between defense and offense.
Certainly.
Always. Different strategy, different team comp. It just kind of depends on your play style.
Certainly, certainly. Now, using Jacob Covey's word from last night's match, I do see a lot of synergy coming from the Guzzlerz. Let's see if PA
And not even
Blinks can
that.
pick that
I
up.
feel like there is a lot of synergy in the PA Blinks. I think they're just having a rough time with taking different angles on everyone from the Guzzlerz.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
They are pushing the payload up a little bit here. They are able to get some good damage there on Mark, but nothing too solid. I do like to see Pharah in here as well. Sometimes Pharah can be a bit of a pest here and get some solid damage on the other team.
That is all too true. All too true. I do like the Guzzlerz strategy here. It's kind of the same as that first map that we played. They kind of wait for them to get around that first turn and then just kind of lay into them, kind of getting that unsuspected play. We do have Connor and Bread getting a couple picks right off the bat as they turn this corner.
I do like to see Ash come down a little bit. Let's see if she goes back up to the high ground. She is going to focus the Widow in the back line, but not quite able to get her.
She did drop down, but got that shield in front of her, so she can't really do much around that. We do have Alpha Storm going Alari now instead of that Mercy that we saw before as well.
And Brody goes down. See what they can do here. We have two from PA Blinks going down. Are they going to try and regroup? Looks like they're going to step back a little bit. Guzzlerz was able to hold them off here as they're rounding this corner.
I really like this pylon position.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got AZ Plays switching to the Bastion. And then Dustswag on the Cassidy.
It's not a bad pick here. I see Bread going up there trying to get some more damage there. I do like to see, look, the pylons are pretty close to one another there.
They are.
They are able to get Guzzler's pylon down. That is pretty big there. But they do still manage to get AZ Plays with the pylon up, and they do destroy PA's pylon. They are going to go ahead and push forward with Kyriall. You see Connor popping up here. Let's see what he can do here.
Got Bored Dad with the Sunrise. AZ Plays stuck in that Sigma ult, not quite taken out.
And
but
does
then
get
gets picked
finished off.
by Connor.
Trying to get away, but unable to do so. And that is a team kill.
Always love when that pops up on the screen.
Yep, absolutely. I like to see here the
Got Moira
flanking
just
Moira.
kind of sneaking around back there in the back line.
And Brody does have his ult.
That is true. This could be a big play, especially with Bread's Bob. We might be able to see another big Bob play here.
And he is almost able to get the pick. He is going to ult to try and finalize that. He does. He is in the back line using his ult here, but it does not really need to do much else. He is able to get that support, and they have another one here, but Kiri is able to TP out. Playing aggressive here to try and finalize that kill.
And I would say that was a pretty smart ult.
But it was a little too aggressive as AZ Plays was able to take Brody down.
I think a lot of what happened right there was just she didn't realize how close that the rest of that team was. I think she probably thought they were a little bit farther back in spawn. But But other than that, I feel like it was a great ult to finish off that support. And even though she didn't really get anybody else, it still kind of pushed them back and kind of kept them scared.
Sure, sure.
Oh, here goes Bread's Bob.
They are able to block the Illari ult with Sig's shield. They
Trust
are
me, I know
using
that
a lot of
feeling way too
ults.
much.
Connor's going to head and use Visor, but he is taken down by AZ Plays. That could prove very beneficial here as they're trying to push the payload to the point here.
It is a very good shutdown, but then AZ Plays kind of pushes around that point, not really getting as many heals as he thought he was.
Let's see if he turns around. There is a Moira v Illari in the backline. Brody flanking again, able to get some good damage. Brody's just chilling in their backline here, taking some serious damage on the other team.
I'll be honest, I think Brody might have a vendetta against Alpha.
Certainly.
Overall, once again, a really good match. How much you want to bet this is a Bob play?
Could very well be. I do see the Bob ult there, and I know exactly what's coming.
Yep.
Didn't
Or it's
even use
not.
the Bob. A solid solo 3K without Bob. Impressive play.
Look
All
at
right.
us assuming things.
Now we are going to officially take our break here so we can start the second game.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
Welcome back, everyone. We are going into Game 2 Control at Lijiang Tower. We did see some pretty good stuff from both teams, although Guzzlerz was able to come out on top here as they are able to get all 3 checkpoints with the payload. However, PA Blinks was able to get none. Let's see what they can do here coming up in the next matchup on Control.
I do kind of like the thought of this game just because it's going to be a lot more team fighting at one central area instead of trying to kind of push that team back. It's kind of just trying to take them out one by one. Hopefully they can focus a couple of their healers and win the team fight overall.
Certainly, certainly. This is going to be an interesting map. I'm already seeing both tanks are selecting Wrecking Ball here. That is an interesting pick, but
I would
I'm
say Wrecking
absolutely
Ball
okay
is an
with it.
underrated tank. I feel like people underestimate him quite a bit.
He certainly can be, yeah.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
We do have Guzzlerz getting to the point first. Not that it quite matters quite yet, just because it's not unlocked yet.
They are using that TP to get everyone in and get those Symmetra turrets down. That is going to slow down AZ as he is going in and out as Wrecking Ball. They are going to pile drive down to see if they can get some picks. Nothing yet. He is just hanging out there.
That is the big advantage to get into that point first, is just so you can kind of set up that defense if they do get past you in that back line. Or if they do kind of just take you all out, you might have that fallback.
Yeah, and AZ is already down as well as Yvonne and Dustswag. They are going to have to pull back a little bit here to regroup. They do immediately switch to the Orisa, though.
Yes. Which isn't a bad play. You always got to go with the horse.
See some perspective here. He does go into Sojourn's Orb of Death here, but able to quickly regroup and come back to support the team.
Looking at our supports for both sides, we do have PA Blinks with the Ana Mercy, but then looking over at the Guzzlerz, we got Moira and Brig.
That is true. Brig is a very good support character here. I do like to see some Brig gameplay here. And Brody's going to do what he does best, and he's going to go ahead and head to the back line to finish off and get that team kill.
Overall, I really think that's probably the biggest struggle that PA Blinks have, is just watching that back line, especially with that Moira just fading in and out. They just kind of let her back there for a little while before they even recognize her.
Yep, and having to turn there to clear those turrets can be pretty annoying. So they got to make sure they focus those a little bit. That way they don't just take constant damage. There is still one left that's poking at them. They are able to take AZ down. Brody does go down as well, though, so it is a 4v4. However, they're missing their tank. Alpha does go down. Not before getting Orisa back up here.
She did lose her Valk right there, though.
I do like to see here Dustswag popping up there. We are going to look. He is going to maybe, yep, he is going to utilize his mines there to make sure they don't have a chance at touching. They do see Dustswag up there, but he is unable to get onto the point.
I don't know, Andrew. I'm seeing a lot of ults out of the Guzzlerz right now.
That is true. That is true. But at the end, they were able to take advantage of that, and they did come away getting the first round.
Why not use them if you got them?
That's not a bad idea, Jake. Not a bad idea.
All right,
So,
moving on to the second round, we do see Bread switching to the Genji. NW plays going back to that Kiriko, and Dustswag back to the Bastion. What are we thinking about these hero swaps right here?
You know, I'm thinking they're going to have to come up with something. However, like you said, Brett is playing Genji, which can prove to be quite a good counter against Bastion here. So let's see what they're able to do with that.
True.
They do have to come up with something, like I said, though. After losing that last round, they don't want to find themselves in a position being down 2-0.
Knowing from experience, it is a tough comeback to do. You've got like a lot of pressure on yourself in that third match.
Capture the objective.
Seems like we got a little bit more talk in the chat tonight.
Yeah. And Mark is going to go ahead and pile drive down in the middle of the PA Blinks team. However, Bread did go down as AZ is pushing up. However, he does not have any support, so he does go down. They are going to go ahead and push up. Mark is going to pile drive again to kind of disorient the team a little bit here. We do see Bread coming back here from spawn. He does have a little bit farther of a way to go, but if you've noticed, no one's taken the point yet. They just needed me to say something. Their ears were burning.
You always got to speak it into existence. I really did like that play there from Mark, though, distracting the rest of the team while his team took out their tank.
That was true.
It was definitely an upper hand for their fight.
AZ does almost get Board Dad down, but is unable to do so, and he's going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. NW doing all that he can to keep him up, but Yvonne does go down, and so does NW. AZ is by himself, isolated. Let's see if he can do anything here.
And if you look on that backside, you have a 1v1 between the Torb and the Soldier. Connor and Dustwag just kind of going back and forth back here. And we do see the pick from Bread.
Does go down here pretty quick. A solid play here. Brody is playing pretty aggressive. He does have that fade here. He is going to go ahead and ult. Let's see what he can do with it. Man, that's an interesting looking ult. I've never seen... oh, there it is.
That's just Overwatch gameplay for you.
Yeah.
Got Alpha Storm going Valk, keeping that tank alive. We do have NW plays with his ult coming up, and maybe AC plays.
I would really like to see the Annihilation here paired with Kiriko's ult.
We could indeed see that combo ult. Mark throwing out his mines, trying to
isolating
catch them off
Nirmatra.
guard. And we do have Connor and Bread both with ults. We see the blade come out right there.
They are able to take advantage of that. Dustwag does go down. They lost 3K, 4K, but they are unable to complete that. Looks like Guzzlerz are getting pretty close to taking the game.
That is a huge blade coming from Bread, kind of pushing their tank into the mines and then getting two more picks right after that.
Keep in mind, they do have Visor, but they no longer are able to use Rally. They go down. Let's see if he can push in here. He does do that. They are going to try and get point, and Dustwag does pop Molten Core to try and get some advantage here. They are able to start taking point here. Brett is going to keep staying in there to apply some pressure, but unable to stop them from capping point. The team is back to try and get it right back, though.
Andrew, we very well could see a turn in this match.
We certainly could. Brody does have his ult again, and he is using it. He is going to take advantage. Overtime is popped. Tracer is on there, but goes down pretty quick to the Genji.
NW plays, we won't speak about that. Not quite sure what happened there.
Yep, and then Mark with the celebratory jumping off the map there.
You got to when you can.
And that should have been the game, but it looks like it is going to continue. We are going to go ahead and call that a game because... Again, settings are messed up here, so I do apologize. We are going to have to go back to lobby. And with that being said, we are going to take another short intermission here. All right, everyone. For those of you who are still with us here watching and getting ready for possibly the final game of the match, we're going to do a quick interview here, and we're going to speak first with Dustwag, the captain of the PA Blinks, try and get an idea of what he's thinking here, as well as what they can do to, continue this match to try and get this win. So let's go ahead and talk with him here. Dustwag, how you doing?
All right. I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Are these guys Smurf accounts? And be honest with me here.
Absolutely, they are not.
Most of them are college level. Some of them do, like, this is...
Not so good.
No, this doesn't feel...
They would join your chat? Okay. Okay. I will try and address that. I'll try and figure out what's going on. I do apologize about that. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm looking at Mark's. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around. For those of you who did, as we had a little bit of extended break, we were figuring out some issues here. So we are going to go ahead and continue with this next match here. Again, I do apologize. We are going to do a push mode at Coliseo. Let's go ahead and get things started.
Arriving at Conseil. Ready for battle.
And it looks like we do have a shout out to you in the chat. Or should I say Zoran?
Alrighty, so we do see some changes here. Mark is going to play Junker, Brody playing Moira, Bread playing Hanzo, Connor on Soldier yet again. Board still yet to choose. We've got Kiri, Genji, Doom, Ana, and Sojourn on the PA Blink side. Let's see what we can do here as we are now doing a push. This is the first time we've seen push in the Overwatch Odyssey League here.
It is indeed. We haven't seen the push or the Flashpoint, the newest game mode.
That is true. We have not yet seen that, and I am very excited to see when Flashpoint does roll around here. But as we're getting things started, we see Guzzlerz is coming in, as well as PA Blinks here to contest.
Just to kind of start off, I'm loving the tank diversity between these matches right here.
Yeah.
Junker Queen and Doomfist, two of the tanks we haven't really seen in the preseason quite yet, but I'm excited to see how they play.
Certainly, certainly. AZ diving in there with Dune and trying to isolate Soldier here, but he is falling back, and he does fall. They were able to regroup and isolate the Doomfist as he dove in. Dustswag does go down, and Guzzlerz are going to go ahead and push Chaotic, and NW are back here isolated here. Let's see what they can do. Brody is pushing him, but he is able to TP out. Looks like they are pushing here up front, trying to get some damage before they make it to the bot.
I have noticed that the Guzzlerz do like to push forward quite a bit.
That's true. Looks like Brody able to time his fade almost framed perfectly here as he's able to avoid that Doomfist punch. But not that time, however.
I'll be honest, I would like to see the play from Sombra back on the PA Blinks. I know they picked it kind of towards the end of that first match, but just to see it again, I feel like it would be really beneficial, especially in that backline, because Guzzlerz doesn't really pay attention behind them.
That is true. That is true. Board Dad is able to get some damage there on Dustswag before Mark finishes him off here. They are going to go ahead and continue pushing the bot, and looks like they are coming out of spawn, regrouping here to see what they can do. If you can see over here, we've got Brody kind of pushing in. He is going to fade out quickly, just trying to get some damage there, I think.
That is props to PA Blinks, noticing that the Moira does fade behind. I feel like she's been playing like that a lot during these matches.
That is
and
true.
It's about time that PA Blinks kind of notifies that. We do see the Hanzo ult coming in, not really touching anybody, kind of just going through the ground right there.
But it looks like Connor is going to go ahead and ult. He's got his visor up, and he's able to take down AZ and Chaotic with his visor.
We do have NW plays and Chaotic coming back
coming
with both
down,
ults.
And looks like they are able to get a team kill, but PA was able to push the bot a little bit away from Guzzlerz in order to kind of relieve some pressure there. See AZ over here getting ready. Playing a little bit reserved, but that's okay there. Looks like all of his team is behind. He's going to go ahead and push. Let's see what he's able to do here. And he does have his Meteor Strike. We did not see that.
No, nope, not a single thing. I feel like up until then, though, I feel like that was a good play from AZ Plays, especially with that ult.
Yeah, applying some pressure there in the back line for sure. And Chaotic does go down. AZ is back out immediately, but goes down again. Yvonne goes down as well. Dustswag is out here pushing the Moira, but Moira is able to fade out. Guzzlerz are slowly approaching the finish line here, doing what they can. Let's see if they're able to apply some pressure here onto the match. They are able to contest a little bit. Guzzlerz do fall off the point. They are able to relieve some pressure. Let's see what kind of healing they can give AZ as he's pushing a little bit here. Uh-oh. Looks like Dustswag is going to be caught in the Hanzo ult here. Connor is ulting again, able to take down AZ Plays here with the help of Bread. And they are able to get Yvonne, and they are going to walk the point in here to finalize everything here.
Play of the game.
All right, everyone, that is going to conclude tonight's match between the PA Blinks and the Guzzlerz. Guzzlerz able to take away with it 3-0 here. And honestly, overall, I would say the Guzzlerz were able to really push and provide some pressure to secure that 3-0 win. I would say everyone played well, but we are going to have some things to address here in the future, and I hope to see some more competitive, some more friendly competition going forward. We are going to log off for the night. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate both you, the viewers, and the competitors. Thank you, everyone, again. Have a great night.